Good morning, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today, we have one case of 2024 Leaf Collective Multisport. While we get started, please like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. Today is the day, guys. No more staying up until 2 a.m. sending invoices and messages. The listings are back on track. It's like a holiday for me, honestly. So yes, we do sincerely apologize for any confusion, and we of course are going to try to make sure it doesn't happen again, but mistakes do happen from time to time. I'm sure many of you know. Alright, box number one. We do have a pack schedule today. Once again, another 4 breaks running. Let us get started. Starting off with Kane, 1 of 1. Jim Everett, 1 of 1. Larry Little, 1 of 8. Larry Walker, back-to-back Larrys, 8 of 10. And Nolan Ryan, 1 of 7. Ronnie Coleman, 1 of 1. Greg Lazinski, 1 of 1. Jamie Moyer, 3 of 10. Alyssa Peely, 2 of 3. And cornerback and wide receiver 1, Travis Hunter, 2 of 8. Soon to have a retired jersey number. I saw he had some comment on a podcast that concerned a lot of people. Honestly, I kind of believe in the kid. I think whoever drafts him should at least give him a shot to do both. And if it doesn't work out, then you talk to him. But that's probably why I'm not in a position there. Mario Lemieux, 1 of 1. Mark Gouy, 1 of 1. Johnny Damon, 3 of 5. Urban Meyer, 2 of 7. And Jim McMahon, 2 of 7. Fran Tarkenton, 1 of 1. Charlie Scott, 1 of 1. It looks like there's some damage on the back of that card there. I'm not quite sure what that is. But what I can do is send you a barcode with your package and see if they can. I believe that's how Leaf does their replacements. Dante Hall, 4 of 4. Nice little color match. Earl Campbell, 4 of 6. And our first duel, Emmitt Smith. It's a triple. Brett Favre and Michael Irvin. 1 of 1 on the triple. I Anybody know what Brett Favre is doing there? I feel like there's something I don't know. Gonna do like, I don't know, Cowboys quarterback or something. Earl Campbell back again with a gold vinyl 1/1. Elisa Peely back again with a 1/1. Ronnie Coleman back again with a 3/6. Duel, or what I think is a duel. Jeff Hurst. It is not. 1/1. Apologies. And John Morant. 1/3 on the Stars auto. Ja likes being in the news. Didn't watch it, but I heard there was a crazy game between the Warriors and Grizzlies last night. And the league put the fix in. Andy Van Slyke, 1/1 printing plate. Mark Gouy, 1/1 printing plate. Chris Mullen, 1/2. Merab Dvalishvili, 4/5, fighting against Sugar Sean O'Malley. And #1 overall, Cam Ward, 5/5, future Tennessee Titan. He listed his top 4 wide receivers, and it was Calvin Ridley at 1, Justin Jefferson, or Jamar Chase at 2, Justin Jefferson at 3, and Treylon Burks at 4. Now, that sounds like a man who is going to be playing in Tennessee, if there ever was one. Larry Walker, 1/1. Mickey Hatcher, 1/1. Benedict Mathurin, 7/7. USA Men's for Timothy Weah, 5/6. And Tony Oliva and Wade Boggs, 2/5. Very nice. I like the black cracked ice on the front. There's like no design there. I don't know if that's an error or what, but I like the way that looks. We have a 1/1 printing plate for Dylan Gabriel. Arena Sabalenka, 1/1. Bert Blyleven, 7/7. Rudy Tomjanovich, 5/6. And AI, Allen Iverson, 7/10. Tony Oliva, 1/1. Coco Beware, 1/1. Tanya Harding, 1 of 2. Tony Perez, 7 of 7. And the truth, Jaden Daniels, 1 of 1 on that auto. I really hope he does not have a CJ Stroud second year. I really hope. This is the final box. If I have not hit for you, hopefully I hit for you now. If you are in, what's next? Vivid Baseball. That will be with you in 15-ish minutes. Right at 11:30 Eastern. Mr. Skeens, 101. Jared Curtis, 101. Aaron Blanchfield, 101. Very nice. Dylan Gabriel, 1 of 10. And closing us out is Magic Johnson, 9 of 10 on the auto. All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick hit recap, and then I have a couple of randoms to get to. If you don't want to stick around for the hit recap, I completely understand. I don't do it myself too often. All right. Let's see. Kane, Jim Everett, Larry Little, Larry Walker, Nolan Ryan, Ronnie Coleman, Greg Lazinski, Jamie Moyer, Elisa Peely, Travis Hunter, Mario Lemieux, Mark Gouy, Johnny Damon, and Urban Meyer. Jim McMahon, Fran Tarkenton, Charlie Scott, Dante Hall, Earl Campbell, Elisa Peely, Ronnie Coleman, Jeff Hurst, John Morant, Andy Van Slyke, Mark Gouy, Chris Mullen, Marab Davalishvili, Cameron Ward, Larry Walker, Mickey Hatcher, Benedict Matherin, Timothy Weah, 101 printing plate for Dylan Gabriel, Arena Sabalenka, Bert Blyleven, Rudy Tomjanovich, Allen Iverson, Tony Oliva, Coco Beware, Tanya Harding, Tony Perez, Jaden Daniels, 1 of 1, Paul Skeens, Jared Curtis, Aaron Blanchfield, Dylan Gabriel, Magic Johnson, and for our multi-signers, Tony Oliva with no border or anything, and Wade Boggs, and Emmitt Smith, and Brett Favre and Michael Irvin on the 101 triple. If you have any of these players, or just want to stick around for the randoms or waiting for the next breaks, give me a minute or two to get these set up, and I will be right back. Alright guys, the way this is going to work is we are going to roll a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We're then going to randomize each list that amount of times, and the name that comes out on top will be getting the card. Let us see how many times we are rolling. We're going to go 7 times on each list, starting off with Tony Oliva and Wade Boggs. That is 6 times. 6 plus 1 is 7. Good luck. Wade Boggs taking home the duel. And now for the 101 triple, Emmitt Smith, Brett Favre, and Michael Irvin. We are going to go 7 times. That is 6. It is 6 plus 1. We got to go one more time. Good luck. Michael Irvin taking home the... I put a G at the end of that for some reason, I just realized. Anyways, taking home the triple. Michael Irving is what I wrote. I think it's because we pulled Magic Johnson last. Anyways, if you are in Leaf Vivid Baseball, this is break number 13 for Collective. It should be on the bottom of the screen. If you are in Leaf Vivid Baseball, give me like 13 minutes and we will be started with that. Thank you so much. Welcome in, everybody. This is BMC Collectibles. My name is Alex. Today we have one case of 2024 Leaf Vivid Baseball. While we get started, please like and subscribe over on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram at bmc.collectibles and save us as a seller on eBay. I also need to mention that there is no purchase necessary for the link down in the description. Alright, let us get started with our lovely, lovely baseball. I am still by myself. I will be until the 21st or something like that. So I will be sleeving and top loading. Okay. All right, box number 1. Caden Dana, 2 of 6. Jeff Bagwell, 7 of 9. Echedri Vargas, 3 of 6. Logan Evans, 5 of 6. Bryce Cunningham, 3 of 6. Ryan Waldschmidt, 3 of 9. And Jackson Churio, bright and shiny, 5 of 10 on the auto. Nice little hit to get us started with this. Though I don't know how well Jackson Churio has been doing this season. I assume he's fine because he's one heck of a player. All right, that was box number 1. Let us get into box number 2. Dean Moss, 1 of 8. Mark McGuire, 6 of 9. Daniel Savette, 8 of 8. Victor Scott II, 6 of 9. Steve Monster Millam, 3 of 10. Josua Lugo, 2 of 4. And Samuel Basallo, 5 of 6. All right, box number 3. Whoopsies. Ethan Holiday, 1 of 5. Scott Rowland, 2 of 5. Caden Bodine, 2 of 5. Gary Gill Hill, 2 of 4. PJ Morlando, 5 of 6. Chase Mobley, 1 of 8. And I am in pain. Dual auto, Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci, 3 of 8. I love Jonah Tong. I think he's going to be great. That is our first multi-signer. That will be going to random.org. All right. On to the next one. Nolan Souza, 9 of 10. Carter Johnson, 3 of 4. Nice hit. Charlie Condon, Imagination, 4 of 10. Iva Arquette, 6 of 10. Jacob Melton, 6 of 7. Chase Burns on the bright and shiny 101 gold vinyl. Very nice. And how about that? Back again. Leodalis DeVries. 7 of 7 on the auto. Very nice. That was a pretty good box. On to the next one. Why is this all autos? I'm confused. Okay. Did I? No. That's everything. All right. Roman Anthony, 1 of 7. Cole Emerson, 5 of 9. Seaver King, 3 of 6. Gary Sheffield, 7 of 8. Kennedy Corona, 1 of 3. And there are our base cards. I'm like, what is going on? Rintaro Sasaki, 1 of 7. And Frank Thomas, 4 of 9. I guess that pack was just backwards. Emerson is your PC. I have not seen him play. I don't really know what organization. Is he a Mariner in the Mariners organization? Okay. At least I knew that much. As I've said before, I'm a pretty big Mets fan, so all I really know is really the Mets system. Big time bat. He's one of those guys bouncing around in the infield. Yeah, that's what the current problem with the Mets farm system is. Too many good infielders that they're now trying to play in the outfield and teach new positions to. That would be cool. If you have a pretty nice collection of them, I hope he pans out too. Blake Mitchell, 4 of 10. Juan Gonzalez, 3 of 8. Strike a pose for Kiter Montero, 7 of 10. Gavin Turley, 10 of 10. Cam Connerella, 9 of 10. Miguel Blaze, 1 of 6. And Travis Bazzana, 4 of 5. I mean, hey, if the comp is Seager, I'd say that's a pretty damn good comp. What do you know off the top of your head what number prospect he is in the Mariner system? Now you got me thinking. Thank you. I'm not the guy who normally does the breaks for eBay. I'm normally the guy who breaks for Discord, which we have a Discord server. Which I believe is discord.gg/BMCC, if you're interested. But yeah, I'll only be breaking with you guys for another few days. I believe the 20th is my last day breaking for you guys until the next time Beeve goes on vacation. Nolan Ryan, 7 of 9. Roger Clemens, 5 of 8. Trey Phelps, 1 of 6. Wellington Herrera, 3 of 9. Boston Bateman, 3 of 8. Eduardo Tate, 2 of 5. And Christian Campbell, very nice hit, 2 of 8. Although, I think the Red Sox are kind of on a skid right now. Didn't they just get spanked, like 16-0 or something? Only 1 year into A and AA, okay. Are you a Mariners fan or just a baseball fan in general? M's fan, okay. M's fans are good people. I like Mariners fans. I know a couple. Oh wow. That's a while. Yeah, especially on that offense, man. That's the big issue. I mean, pitching for days. Pitching for days. It's just that offense. I really was hoping you guys would do a bit more this offseason on acquiring more offense, but I think there's a printing plate in there. There was something really cold on my hand. Kyler Montero, 101. Travis Bazana, 3 of 10. Seth Hernandez, 2 of 6. Luke Cashal, 1 of 7. Yilber Diaz, 5 of 7. 101 printing plate for Blake Burke. Ooh. Rentaro Sasaki, 5 of 7 on the auto. Congratulations. This has been an elusive one. If you haven't heard of Rentaro Sasaki, he is the kid who broke the high school home run record of the same high school that Shohei Ohtani went to. I believe he's currently playing for Stanford in America. And he's a big boy who hits big bombs. There's a lot of height. Cole Emerson. Yeah, Leaf, that is one thing I absolutely love about Leaf is you're almost guaranteed to get at least one solid auto per box. And that makes it a lot of fun to open and a lot of fun for people to join. All right. Walker Yannick, 4 of 10. Bobby Witt Jr., 7 of 9. Mike Sirota, 7 of 9. Brady House, 3 of 7. My boy, Carson Benj, 9 of 10. Carter Holton, 8 of 8. And oh boy, what we got up next is very nice. Are you guys ready? Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. 5 of 5 on the quad auto. This is going to have to go to random.org. And that's going to be a toughie. Couple of goats on that one. All right, guys. We are on to the final box of the break. If I have not hit for you, hopefully now is the time. Yeah, that's one of the hard parts about finding a player too early is they don't have a lot of stuff and you want to collect them so bad. right, guys, good luck. Gary Gilhill, 5 of 10. Albert Pujols, 4 of 7. Jake Bloss, 4 of 6. Kyle DeBarge, 2 of 4. Cam Caminiti, 5 of 8. Or Caminiti. Why do I always do that? Luke Dickerson, 3 of 3. And triple auto to close us out. Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy. 4 of 4 on that triple. One more for us to toss to random.org to show us the light. Oh, nice. Sometimes that's all it takes is that first card and you just become a fan. All right. I am going to do a quick hit recap. If you do not want to stick around for the hit recap, I completely understand. I don't blame you. After the hit recap, we do have a few randoms to get into. And then at 12 Eastern, so about 8 minutes, I believe Leaf Sports Heroes is up next. All right, let us get started. Caden Dana, Jeff Bagwell, Achedri Vargas, Logan Evans, Bryce Cunningham, Ryan Waldschmidt, Jackson Churio, Dean Moss, Mark McGuire, Daniel Savette, Victor Scott, Steve Monster Millam, and Josua Lugo. That right there is why I sleeve and top load between each box. I cannot hang on to them for some reason. Samuel Basallo, Ethan Holiday, Scott Rowland, Caden Bodine, Gary Gilhill, PJ Morlando, Chase Mobley, Nolan Souza, Carter Johnson, Charlie Condon, Iva Arquette, Jacob Melton, and Chase Burns. Leo DeVries, Rentaro Sasaki, Frank Thomas, Kennedy Corona, Gary Sheffield, Seaver King, Cole Emerson, Roman Anthony, Blake Mitchell, and Juan Gonzalez. Keter Montero, Gavin Turley, Cam Conarella, Miguel Blaze, Travis Bazzana, Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens, Trey Phelps, Wellington Herrera, Boston Bateman, Eduardo Tate, Christian Campbell, Keter Montero, and Travis Bazzana. If we have any breaks with unsold spots, we generally sell them in our Discord. We don't message people for them. We just post them in our Discord, and it's first come, first serve. Seth Hernandez, Luke Cashal, Gilbert Diaz, Blake Burke, Rentaro Sasaki, Walker Yannick, Bobby Witt Jr., Mike Sirota, Brady House, Carson Benj, Carter Holton, Gary Gilhill, Albert Pujols, Jake Bloss, Kyle DeBarge, Cam Caminiti, and Luke Dickerson. And for our multi-signers, Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci, Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy, and our quad, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. All right, guys, if you have any of these players or just want to stick around to watch the randoms or in the next break, give me a minute or two to get this set up, and I will be right back. Docs cards. These were pre-sold breaks on eBay, so it most likely is sold. Um, our eBay, it should just be BMC Collectibles if you do want to get in on some of the breaks. That's what all of our videos are. We do appreciate you subbing. But we do have something to get to, and that is our randoms. We are going to roll a die, a pair of die. The number has to be 3 or higher to be valid. We're then going to randomize each list that many times, and the name that comes out on top is going to get the card. Let's see how many times we are rolling. We are going to go 8 times on each list, starting off with Jonah Tong and Jonathan Santucci. That is 7 times. 4 plus 4 is 8. We got to go one more time. Whoopsies. We got to go one more time. Good luck. Jonah Tong taking home the duel. On to the triple, Jordan Lawler, Ryan Waldschmidt, and Tommy Troy. That is 7 times. 4 plus 4 is 8. Got to go one more time. Jordan Lawler taking home the triple. And on to the quad, Greg Maddox, Tom Glavine, Steve Avery, and John Smoltz. That is 7 times. You guys know the deal. One more time. Good luck. John Smoltz taking home the Braves quad. All right, guys, if you are in Sports Heroes, I'll be back with you in literally 2 minutes, right at 12 Eastern. Thank you so much. I actually need to restart both streams real quick. So I will be right back.